What is up, gangsters? Thank you for coming in. Doc, if you haven't already done so, feel free to ban TLUOX with the buy followers comment because I'm not interested in buying followers. I like my followers unbought, and all of my unbought followers, thanks for being here. And I would like to make a couple of thank yous. Yes, well, just followed shortly before the show started. If you're out there watching, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the show. Everyone else, thanks for being here. I see we got Tom here. We got Doc. We got Obscure Mysticism Cults. Rule number 2 of the internet, never buy followers. Rule number 1 is never mod anyone who asks to be mod. Those are solid. Those are really, really solid, OMC. Absolutely. Yes. And Tom, great to see you again. And of course, thank you very much for the tip. That's awesome. Really greatly appreciated. And just always good to see all of my lovely people here. So we'll see how the show goes today. You know, I actually had a question just after I logged off from the early show today. I noticed that Doc had asked about the fact that I'm actually playing 2 separate albums today. For a long time, I would do shows at noon and 8, and I would play the same album. And then, gosh, a couple months ago probably, I started bumping up to 2 albums per show. So I would do 2 albums at noon, then the same 2 at 8 o'clock. And I really liked the longer format. I'm doing 1 album per show today because I'm still kind of getting over being sick and don't really want to do the longer show tonight. But I had a great show earlier, had a lot of really fun stuff going on in chat, and then we're shaping up to have a great show here. So after a while of doing the shows with 2 albums at noon, the same 2 albums at 8, I just felt like I was on a script in the second show, because it's like I'm saying the same exact things in between the songs. And so I started doing 4 albums, so 2 albums at noon, 2 different albums at 8. So I have four albums throughout the day. And that I've really been enjoying. So probably next week I will be back to my, what I'm hoping to become my new normal, is the 4 albums throughout the course of the day. So today just 2 albums, but yeah, 2 different ones so that I can talk about different stuff. And I know that I do have, like, you know, Obscure Mysticism Cults, Doc, we're both in the early show today. They're here again. And, you know, I feel like it's too repetitive. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but that's kind of where I went with all of that. So, for anyone who may be new to the show or just coming in, I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We play rock music and we have a lot of fun. Right now, we are playing my 58th album. It is called On the Contrary. And it's best to say it that way, because that's how it's written. And we just played the first song. That first song is called The 17th Time is the Charm. And I'm having a good time here. Yeah, Tom, I know that you don't always follow the music stuff. But you also, I will say, have not taken the lessons you claimed you wanted to take. So I can only give you so much on that. And you would follow along better if you learn more about it. So I do know a good teacher if you ever want one. All right, so what is it? It's a white hole. I love me some Red Dwarf. I just finished watching, when I say watching, I've mentioned this before, when I'm composing music or, you know, working on a lot of my music projects, I'll have usually a sitcom going in my left-hand monitor. And it's something I'm just, like, you know, paying 10% attention to, so it shows I've already watched. And it just that little bit of distraction, I think, is actually kind of beneficial to the creative process. And so yeah, I think I might have to do Red Dwarf next. I just finished watching The Big Bang Theory. Tom, I don't know what a mod is. A mod is short for moderator, and what that is particularly like if I'm in the middle of a song or something and something comes up in the chat or in my stream that needs to be dealt with, and I'm unable to, then the mod can take that. And so, for example, what we just had here was, this TLUOX person or bot or whatever it was. It's probably a robot, a internet bot, saying, "Oh, you can come here and pay us money, and we'll get you more followers." And it's stupid. And I don't care if the person is still watching and is offended by me saying that, because it's stupid. So what Doc did is he banned that account. So that account is no longer able to be in our chat. And so that just makes it a lot easier for me to have someone else working on those kinds of things. It simplifies the process of doing that. Because obviously, my hands are too busy to ban someone in the middle of this. And I also know that Doc really likes banning people. And that's something you have to, if you're going to have a moderator, you can't have some really shy, meek person who doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't want someone who's going to be an absolute jerk and just ban people for no reason. And I've seen that. I've actually seen streams where they will have like contests just to randomly ban someone. And I'm like, I'm not going to ban anyone if they don't deserve it. So, yeah. Obscure Mysticism Cult says, I usually do nature film docs when I am recording. Total support for the visual accompaniments. Thanks. Very cool. And it looks like we got Glenn in. Excuse me. Yeah, always good to see Glenn as well. So thanks for coming in. And let's move along, shall we? This album, on the contrary, I was kind of going just kind of silly on the titles in this one. And definitely this next one is a silly title. This next piece is called The Search for the Moldy Grail. And we are moving on along. Thank you all very much. So do I got to get caught up on chat here? I'm trying to do a better job of watching my other chats as well. Thank you for the compliments there, Doc. Looks like we just got a bunch of banter between siblings and friends here, so I don't got to worry too much about the chat right now. But this next piece, dedicated to my man Troy, and this is one of my less usual albums that has actually 2 song dedications on it, dedicated to 2 former landlords of mine, Justin and Troy. This one's going out to Troy, and Justin and Troy are the best landlords that Sarah and I, as a couple and as individuals, have ever had. They're really cool, very easy to get along with. And there's kind of this interesting irony to the fact that I dedicated songs to them on this particular album, because I felt like it was almost kind of a conflict of interest to dedicate a song to either or both of them while we were renting from them. And so on our way out, as we were moving over here to Eastern Washington, I'm like, hey, I would like to dedicate a song to each of you. So I recorded 53 albums in the house we rented from them, and I didn't dedicate a song to them until after we had actually moved out. It's just kind of a fun irony there. Nectosism. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. Thanks for coming to the stream. Great to see you in chat. I don't believe that I have seen you here before, so if this is your first time, welcome. Do the beat of soul. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know that. And there's kind of a little different setup here with the Mad Poet shows than you might see in a lot of other streams. And I do entirely original music, and everything is kind of set up in advance. So I'm not really on a request style system. I do love that old Michael Jackson stuff, and there's great riffs and licks in that stuff. And I believe that one was, I think that was actually Eddie Van Halen did that solo in the studio, and then I believe he took Jennifer Batten with him. Batten or Batten, I'm not sure, I forget how to say her name. Wonderful guitar player, and she actually toured with him. So yeah, very cool stuff. But yeah, I'm really not, like I said, I don't know that off the top of my head. I would have to look that up and do a live learn, which I'm really not set up for here. But I hope you do enjoy the show, and of course, as I said, welcome to it. We typically have a pretty fun group of people in our chat, and yeah, we try to be a nice open community. Yeah, and Doc, thank you very much for the tip. I did see that. That's awesome. So anyway, this next song, as I said, dedicated to my man Justin. I didn't even tell the people that have song dedications going on today that I was playing their songs, because it's Christmas Eve, and I know all these people, and they're not going to make it here. So I really doubt that Justin's watching, but on the off chance that you are, man, I hope you're doing awesome. Wait, this one's Troy. Later on, we'll get Justin. And this song is called The Path of the Red Rat and the Dragon Tyrant. And here we are, doing what we do. Checking my chat. Checking. I think Orianthi might be too young to have toured with Michael Jackson. I could be way off the mark on all of this. I try not to speak authoritatively, particularly when it comes to the persons involved. I believe Orianthi for a while was touring with Alice Cooper, which is awesome. That would be like a freaking dream gig. Cooper is super awesome. Chocolate pork milkshake with dried shrimp is amazing. Who doesn't want that? Oh, that's right. I don't. Why don't you put some mushrooms in there, Doc? Since you're going to be disgusting anyway. That is a serious shake, Obscure, absolutely. Can't be a sissy about inventing new flavors. Kitten smoothie the other day, good. You're supposed to peel them first, whoops. Okay, cool, very cool. Yeah, she does tour with him from time to time. That's one thing Cooper has done, or Vincent Furnier, as his real name is. He has picked out some real good guitar players to tour with, and I mean he's gotten a lot of people their start. I mean, like Warrant, he was Alice Cooper's bass player. That's kind of where he broke out, and he's done real well by a lot of people. He's a super cool guy too. I've heard a lot of interviews with him. I'm a big Alice Cooper fan from back in my teenage days. Absolutely, they're just great, and I've seen him a couple times live, and just so amazing on stage. And he used to have like James Randi would help him out with the tricks and stuff on stage. Just awesome. I really like what he's accomplished. So yes, big Alice Cooper fan. I like Orianthi. She's really good. The other guitar players I mentioned, of course, Eddie Van Halen. A bit of a legend, I would say living legend, except, he did that whole thing where he died, so just a legend now. Jennifer Batten, great guitar player. She kind of had a bit of popularity in the 80s, early 90s time frame, and great player. She did an instrumental version on one of her solo albums of Rimsky-Korsakov's Fly to the Bumblebee. She nailed it, and that is not... I repeat, not an easy piece to play on any instrument. And it's a really cool piece of music too, so. Yeah, all good things. If I've missed any followers or tippers or anything, I don't know if I'm paying the best attention to everything tonight. I do apologize. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here in the chat and just watching the stream, and for tippers, followers, everyone. Definitely appreciate it. Always good to see the chef here. Thank you very much. You want chopsticks? This is all a very big inside joke going back to about 98, 97. A very old, very strong inside joke between a small group of people. So we're going to slow it down here a little bit. Now this next song, I believe, is one of the ones that I got a song title. I think my daughter came up with this one. It's a bit of a slower kind of a piece. And this is called Voyage to Saturn's Missing Ring. The Voyage to Saturn's missing ring. Just realized something. Something important. Just realized it's time for me to make an announcement because, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome, whether you like it or not. Let's do this. Looks like a nice upbeat piece, 141 beats a minute, 5 sharps, 2 naturals. This song is called A Questionable Conspiracy. I'm seeing something about not smoking guitars in a particular vicinity. Okay, dropping your computer onto the sidewalk to fix it. Have you tried switching to palm olive? Definitely for anyone who may be joining us now, I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. And if you're reading the chat, do recognize that we got some brothers and close friends in here, so some of their inside jokes may not always make a lot of sense. That's okay. We still like them. So if anything looks like it's like, hey man, I don't know what these people are talking about, that's pretty much their standard of living. It's other people are like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. This doesn't make any sense. Why don't you people make any sense? It's a thing. And it's pretty fun too. Thank you, Doc, very much for the tip. Greatly appreciated. Don't smoke cigars. Sick humor. Guitars? Never. Guitars. Why does that sound familiar? Guitars. It seems like some sort of a musical instrument or something, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong about that. It might actually be a type of wrench. I'm not sure. I'm just here playing my ridiculously large mandolin. All right. So this next song, the title was inspired by my close friend Whitney. She and I used to be in a heavy metal project together. She's an awesome gal. Again, I doubt she's watching tonight. You know, people are out doing their own thing. And on my 28th album, the 28th album is called Solemn Tales of Baleful Beasts. And all of these song titles contained something about an animal. So I've got like, you know, the Dance of the Octopus. I think there's, oh gosh, I remember. I'm so bad at remembering my song titles. But there were definitely, so everything was an animal. And when that came out, Whitney commented on one of the social media sites where the album went up. She said that I should do a song about the Galapagos tortoise. And I said, you know, I've taken note of your suggestion. And then here, 30 albums later, on my 58th album, this is The Journey of the Galapagos Tortoise. And this is a definite change of pace in many ways from my normal work. I said, don't smoke guitars. That sounds like something I would say. I am such a knob that way. I don't even remember saying it. Because okay, you guys are saying don't smoke cigar. Yeah, that is totally the kind of slip that I would just absolutely make. I think I have arrived at our location now, but I wouldn't guarantee it because again, airhead. All right, F sharp minor, approximately 100-101 beats a minute. This is The Journey of the Galapagos Tortoise. Do I have another errant light back here? I do. I don't think I've seen that one go wrong in a long time. BRB, kids. We'll rectify this scenario. This one doesn't usually go wonky on us. And here we are. So we can get that back in place. Looks like we're pretty close there. All right. Boom! I like the turtle icons, Doc. That's good. I didn't know those were. I'm not much of an icon person, so I don't really know what's available out there on any given website. Tortoises and tortellini. Could be a song in there. All right. So this next piece, again, I was just kind of getting silly with song titles on this album. And I had a lot of fun with it. This one, we've got our Achilles heel. And I just kind of wondered, poor Achilles, man. And that must have been a tough life. Going around and everyone's like, hey man, how's that heel doing? Been having any problems with your orthotics? The heel treating you okay? It was like, it's Achilles heel. It's like, there are other parts of Achilles' body. Why can't we recognize that? And I just feel like that must have been a tough life. So this song, I'm trying to reach out to the spirit of Achilles, which I don't believe in because I don't believe in spirits. But this song is called Achilles' Elbow. It looks like we got some people who have joined us on the Nemo chat. Welcome. This just says that they have entered the chat. Okay. Yeah, for anyone who's I'm streaming to 12 different websites right now. And welcome if you are on any of those websites. The only website that I will not be able to see the chat at all is a website called Picarto. I have not figured out how to get the chat working for Picarto, but if you're watching from any of the others, I have the ability to see your chat, but I don't always notice them right away. It's a little bit of an awkward setup I've got. I'm still working it out. But again, from wherever you're watching, YouTube, Picarto, Nemo, Nono, Vaughn Live, Facebook, Twitch, wherever you're coming in from, welcome. I'm the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. This is what we do. We make music. We have fun. We say dumb stuff in chat. Speaking of dumb stuff in chat, have we got anything good over here? Doc says, have you ever wondered what it would look like if someone jammed M&M's in your eye sockets and then took a bite out of your head? I wonder about that at least twice a day. So there you go. Thank you, Drew, for the $5. Much appreciated at all times. What else we got here? Crickets are calling. I hope that is not a reference to my music being super duper boring. It is entirely possible. Looks like we got more normal Glenn, Tom, Doc stuff here. When are you guys planning on visiting Eastern Washington? Yeah, it's a great question. If you guys do come over here, you'll need to stop in and we'll have to catch up a little bit. I will let you know where I'm at in the Eastern area if you stop in. That'll be great. You put a cricket inside your tent. I thought that the point of tents was to keep the crickets outside. But, you do your own thing. Oh, my. Good stuff, good stuff. So again, welcome one, welcome all. From wherever you may be tuning in, whether you were chatting or just watching or listening or smelling, whatever it is that you're doing, do it well. Thanks for being here. Again, for those just coming in, I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. And we're having fun here. Right now, we are playing my 58th album. It's called On the Contrary. And we're about to play the 8th song on that album. And the reason I'm choosing to play the 8th song next is because I just played the first 7. And I play my songs in order. I know. It's like, dude, where do you come up with this stuff? It's like the Mad Poet. Is he angry or is he crazy? Or is he angry that he's crazy? Or is he crazy because he's angry? It doesn't really matter. This next song's in E minor. Nice upbeat piece. 138 beats a minute. And it's called No You Don't. I don't understand the scoring system in tennis. I noticed someone said 15 love out here. I know it's a tennis score. But I gotta wonder if they weren't out there like, someone was just like sick of playing tennis, right? And they're like, someone gets a score pass and we're like, take 15 points on that. Just like, let's get this over with. I've never quite understood how that works. But that might be the reason it's possible that the reason that I don't understand the tennis scoring system is because I don't play tennis. That could have something. I might be onto something there. I might be onto something. Ah, good stuff. What do we got here? Vodka soaked carrots. Somebody drew crazy. It is. It is. I was like, I thought of all these different systems for what order I should play the song. And I'm like, oh, maybe like reverse alphabetical by second letter of the first word. Just all kinds of stuff. And then one day I was just like, what about numerical? What about numerical? And what I realized was I'm the first person. It's a completely original idea. The first person who's ever thought of it. And then I had this other song, this other thought that maybe someday I could write a song about love, because that's something else that's just never ever happened. It would be a completely original idea. So at least I've got originality going for me. I know. Mad poet style. Chucks a mushroom soaked in Jägermeister at Dr. Gack, catches it in his garbage can and puts the lid on very quickly. I do like Jägermeister, but the mushroom part, Dr. Gack, I'm with you, baby. Yeah. Jaeger is disgusting with a capital yuck. Okay, apparently we have some non-licorice fans. We actually, Sarah and I just tried that new, I don't know if it's new to us. It's Aviation or Aviator Gin, and it's got a very strong licorice taste to it, which again, I actually quite like, which is surprising as picky as I am about the foods that I eat. It's really surprising that I like licorice flavor. It's kind of when you have a dream and it was solid. Well, we need more Red Dwarf references in the Mad Poet chat room. Nice. Okay. So, moving on along, we're all caught up on chat. Can move forward with our program at this point. And if anyone's been paying attention, you probably already know what song we're going to play next, because the last one was song number 8. So this one is song number 9. I know, it's crazy. And this is section appropriate song title. It's called Does It Make Any Sense? And it's in G minor. Looks like we've got another wonky light back in my. I've got lights that don't normally go wonky, going wonky. So I've got wonky lights. VRB. Enjoy the scrolling of the cameras. All right, wonky lights. Okay, so we are moving in on the last song of the evening. And, as I mentioned earlier, I'm such a knob. This album does have two different song dedications on it to Troy and Justin. So that earlier we played the Path of the Red Rat and the Dragon Tyrant. That was dedicated to Troy, and this one was dedicated to my man Justin. The other of they're not brothers at all, but Sarah and I just always referred to them as the twins because they didn't look alike, but they were just the two guys. They had the exact same function in our lives. So they were just the twins. And anytime we talked about anything to do with the apartment, it was just, it was a house. They were just the twins. So the twins got dedicated on this. And I've noticed that I feel like I did a fair, I'll have to go back and listen to the replay of this. I feel like I did a fair job on Troy's song. Troy and Justin's songs on this are definitely the two hardest on this album to play well. And there are a couple parts in each of them that I'm like, ooh. Randolph the Mad Poet, you're missing all the Red Dwarf, Joe. You guys making a bunch of Red Dwarf? I am missing it. What is dead and dead and dead all over? Oh, yeah. My name is Dr. Hildegard Landstrom, and I am quite now. You guys you're getting after it. Love it. We've got the Geology and Tumble coming back in. Good stuff. Dr. Gack is having problems with his computer. That always sucks. I've dealt with that crap before more times than I would like to count. And I've got a very complex computer setup, so yeah, I've definitely dealt with some very brutal computer problems in my time. I feel for you, brother. I truly do. You think I might get gangrene? Green without an account? I think I can pull that off. Yeah, and it's a shame that 16 gigabytes of RAM is low these days. There was a time when that was like, I got 16 gigabytes of RAM, this is amazing! And now it's just like, yeah, that doesn't do much, unfortunately. Only Lister's guitar survived. Not even Lister's guitar survived. Oh, those are such fun episodes. So many great episodes in that. I still think my favorite is Ticket to Ride, the one about the Kennedy assassination. That one is so freaking brilliant. They did such a great job on that documentary. Love it. It was made of camphor wood. It must have been invaluable. Burn the soldiers. Such great stuff. Rimmer. Or, for his close friends, Smeghead. Okay, so last song of the evening. This one's going out to my man Justin of the Twins. Keep it up with the Red Dwarf references in chat. I'll keep playing guitar for the next few minutes, and we'll see what happens on the other side. For those just coming in, we're reaching the end of the show, but I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We play rock music on guitar and have a lot of fun and make a bunch of dumb references to Red Dwarf and other stupid things. This last song of the evening is called Drowning in a Pool of Blood. Okay. It's been a pretty fun show tonight, gang. See, we've had a few more people drop in from Nemo. Welcome. That is, in fact, the end of my show. So if you are just coming in, my apologies that we're just kind of finishing up here. But I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. We are the Mad Poet Society. We play a lot of rock music. And whether or not that music is loud is really up to you because I have no control over your volume knob. So there we go. And it's time to spend the next 3 hours WOO. And if you don't know what that means, then you need to catch up on your Red Dwarf, don't you? Yes. Yes, you do. Don, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you very much to everyone who's come in tonight, watching, listening, smelling. Thank you to the new followers. Thank you, of course, to the tippers, Doc and Tom. If I've missed anyone, any followers or tippers, subscribers on YouTube, anything, if you've been missed, my apologies. You are appreciated. Very, very fun show. Thank you, Tom. Excellent. I will be back next Friday at noon and 8 o'clock p.m. in the Pacific time zone. For those of you who are not here in the Pacific time zone with me, you will need to make adjustments as necessary. And I should be playing 4 full albums next week. I feel like I'm definitely just about back to normal after 2 very vicious weeks of being extremely ill. Definitely getting back on track. So again, thank you. Have a great night. Have a great set of holidays. Wherever you are, whatever you do, do it well. And I will see you